Hey, salama, everyone. Just want to do a quick video here. My wife gave me this idea to uh, show what I do as far as my gardening and everything. And I'm not like the Issachar couple with the brew gardens. I really admire what they do, but just showing you, try to do step by step with um, me prepping and getting ready to start my garden for this year. So I'm not going to be long here. Just go ahead and jump on it. This right here is the first time I done compost. So I'm making my own compost. And as you see, this tool here is what I use to stir it with. You just screw it into the compost like so. I can't, really do that much, and because it's kind of frozen a little bit. And you pull it up, and just really mix it up real good. And what I have in this compost is I have some cow manure. I have dirt, um, some soil like Miracle Grow, and I dump it into this black garbage can, and that's the lid there. I have a few holes in it, and of course you see the plastic bag over it. That's to keep the snow and rain from getting into it, and really making it watery and everything. But just to let you know, this compost, it man, it's like putting yeast in here, because it was not this high. you know it was probably just a little over half full. And I've been putting eggshells in here, um, banana peels, actually plantain peelings, stuff that will break down over time. Um, uh, I put like um, what they call it, biodegradable papers, like the little cartons that mushrooms come in the grocery stores, the cartons that the eggs come in, anything that's easily to be broken down. I put that in here. I have some, when my wife cut up pineapples, um, the outer part of the pineapple, put that in here. And like um, apple core, orange peel, lemon peel, stuff like that. Just anything that will break down over time. And that's what I have in here. And I'm telling you, man, this stuff smells. It really smells. So yeah, this is my first time, like I said, and I'm hoping and praying. I'm really praying that all of this works out, and I believe that it will. I did a little sample, probably about 3 months ago. I mixed some, just a little of this compost along with some dirt, and I planted a seed in it, and it did real good. Did real good, growing and everything. So it was just a test. That's all it was. It was just a test. Uh, Show you this real quick. This right here, of course, because of the winter, is dead, but you can see that there's still a little few green leaves in there. This is our peppermint plant. And of course, with the peppermint plant, we take the leaves, and we pull the leaves off, and you eat it. Clean it, of course, and you can eat it. And it has some real good properties. to help your body. And that's what we do. We eat that. You can put it in your tea, and I tell you, it's good. It's really good. This plant right here, I know I'm gonna have to get me another one because, this was my first year last year growing this, but this is a stevia plant. And stevia, of course, is sugar, not the sugar made from, what you buy in a store, but this is the sweetener. Don't seem like you want to clear up there, but it's stevia. And like we did with the peppermint plant, just pull the leaves off and of course clean it and eat it. The stevia plant, the leaves has some real good properties as well. So that was something that we would do every morning. We would get like maybe 5 peppermint leaves and 2 or 3 stevia leaves. And what I would do, I would wrap them together and eat them. And oh man, it tastes good. It tastes real good. And I would do that every morning. The peppermint leaves too even helps calm down upset stomach. So this is my raised bed garden, and it's what is it? I think it's 10 by 4, 10 feet by 4 feet. And on this side right here, last year I grew cantaloupe, and they turned out good. They were very small, but they were ripe, they were good. And I was told that was really about the normal size of cantaloupe. So I'm gonna try it again this year. I'm gonna grow some more. May not be in the same area because I'm gonna add to the raised bed. I'm gonna add another side to it. I'll probably do it on this side here, and grow cantaloupe. In the center here, I had summer squash, and the summer squash did excellent. So I'm gonna grow summer squash again. And over here, I had grown some watermelon. Now the watermelon didn't do all that great. It was my first time growing cantaloupe and watermelon. Cantaloupe did excellent, but the watermelon didn't do all that great. So, I'm going to try my hand at it again and really try to stay on top of the soil, to make sure that the soil is properly where it's supposed to be as far as the soil level. I forget what they call it, but make sure the pH and all that, is proper, so that the growing of the watermelons, would do real good this year. So that's my goal, so I'm gonna try it again and go over here to the other part of the garden that I have. These are my strawberry plants, and these did excellent. They did excellent. I'm not a strawberry eater, but my wife is, and I have a daughter-in-law that eats strawberries as well, and they loved them and talked about how sweet they were. And last year was the first time I ever grew strawberries. So I'm looking forward to growing more this year, and I do believe that they're going to do well also. And of course, I'll show you all, as things progress, I'll show you how it turns out. Now I have 2 big pots here. That's one there, and the other one is there. And I grew cucumbers in these pots. And the cucumbers, I think, were about 6 to 8 inches long, and they were really good. Of course, dealt with the what they call them, squash bugs. Um, the squash bugs got into it, so I was spraying it down and doing what I had to do to kill them off. And I was able to save some, but it was kind of rough. I think too that's what happened with the watermelon, because there was a lot of the bugs there on the watermelon, and even around the squash. But the squash did excellent, like I said. So this year I'm going to try something different that I never did before. I'm going to plant some marigolds. And the marigolds, from what I understand, are supposed to keep away squash bugs and other aphids, from getting into your vegetables. Because I want to get away from the chemicals and stuff and do natural things to ward off pests. Okay, and this is my main garden, and the main garden I think it's about 25 feet long by 10, I think 10 or 15, I'm sorry, 15, 25 by 15. And I had, let me see if I can remember, I had collard greens, I had Swiss chard, mustard greens, I had okra, I had tomatoes. The tomatoes was down in this area. I had hot peppers. The hot peppers were Diablito and habanero hot peppers. I had okra that I was growing, and I had in my pots right there, I had some turnip greens, but the turnips didn't do too well. So I'm gonna put those in the ground, and I'm going to refigure the garden, because I have a few more things, a few more items that I'm gonna plant this year. The okra did awesome. Oh my goodness, we had so much okra. We had a lot of Swiss chard. We had a lot of collards. It did awesome. I even had some cabbage in here too. The cabbage didn't do too well, but I'm gonna try my hand at it again. I had broccoli. I tried broccoli down in the raised bed after I pulled out the watermelon. I put some broccoli in there, and the bugs that was in there got to the broccoli. I was trying to fight it, but they won. So I'm gonna try broccoli again. But I wanted to show you, this is what the garden looks like right now. So as time goes on, I'm gonna have to get out here. I'll get my son to help me to till it, and once I get it tilled and everything, and put my weed block down, I have the black cloth type material weed block that I put on it, and I'm gonna make sure I have that down, and then cut my little slits and everything, once I'm ready to start planting, and I'll put my plants in. And I start a lot of my plants inside. So I'll show you the setup that I have now. It's a different type of setup. So I'll show you that. And well, this is it right here. This is the outside. So just wanted to show you what I'm doing, what I will be doing. Last year, everything, really, it did good for the most part. The garden and everything did real good last year. I was pleased. My wife was pleased. And, she was telling me, she said, Darren, you need to expand it. And I'm like, baby, do you know how much work that is to expand? So, but yeah, it was just awesome. And real quick here, this right here, this is our cilantro. And, the cilantro did real good last year too. So, my wife was using the cilantro to, cook with and everything. So we're going to get into more herbs as well, and really try growing our own. She's kind of funny. She said, all we need now are chickens. I don't see that taking place, but but okay, there it is. And I'm gonna end this video here. And yeah, as you see right here, these is what I set on the outside of the garden. These are mothballs, and the mothballs I use to keep deer away, and it worked. I had it at around the garden. There's one there. I had one on the corner over there, in the center there, and on the corner on both ends. And it kept the deer away. They don't like that smell. And show you this real quick too. I don't know if you all paid attention to it. You see that right there, that plastic cup? In there I have I had like 3 mothballs in there with some hot, what was it? It was like hot peppers, the hot spices. You put the hot spices in there along with 3 mothballs, and that helped keep squirrels out of the garden. So that's what I did, and it worked. And I had it in my raised garden as well. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video, and like I said, I'll make one and show you my setup for how I'm gonna do on the inside to start my growing my seeds on the inside. So until then, I'll talk to you later. Salama.